So our next item is item P, other administrative matters. P12, cross-project update and actions.
Welcome, Mr. Steen.
Thank you. Good afternoon, members. Honorable members, Mr. Chairman, Eric Steen, CROS Project Director. Thank you for the opportunity to give you a brief update on the project. As you're aware, we received conceptual proposals in October from bidders, and we spent a number of days in November having confidential discussions with these bidders. And that process was overseen by the Department of Technology, and I'm pleased to report that I feel it went very well, because it gave us an opportunity to clarify some of our requirements and also to help the bidders better position themselves to craft their solution such that it meets our requirements. So that went very well. What's on the horizon is that in February we will receive draft proposals, and then in August of 2014 we will receive final proposals. Now, should anything occur that disrupts that schedule, I will certainly keep you apprised of that. But that's what's on the horizon. Another item of note is that we have crafted what's called a special project report, and this is something we give to the Department of Technology. And we do that anytime there is a variance of greater than 10% in either the schedule or the cost. And so what has been the trigger for this is that we had delayed the release of the RFP by 9 months. So there's that change we have to accommodate for. And then based on feedback that we received from bidders during the request for information we submitted in August of 2012 and interactions with the Department of General Services and the Department of Technology, we added a year to the overall timeline for implementation. So we went from a 3-year delivery timeline to, we allowed for a 4-year timeline. So in essence, we had to account for 21 months of schedule change. And that, of course, results in additional costs. And so we went from an estimated project cost of $269 million to $309 million. Again, that's an estimated cost. More than half of that is the result of, or those costs are associated to internal staff salaries. Other costs are related to data center, hardware and software, and then oversight costs and various contracts and that sort of thing. There's some very positive news about the project, and that is that we keep making forward progress on preparing the organization for the implementation. And I'm pleased to say that we have generated an additional $38.4 million in revenue as a result of activities related to the CROS project. Thus ends my report. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them.
Thank you very much. The board will receive and file.
Just one real quick. I assume that, again, given the fact that the way that technology projects are watched here in Sacramento, that it would be very likely to get a comment in regards to a delay and also an increased cost. So I would hope that we are working well as to how we are going to be articulate exactly what that process was, what it means to the project, and why we need to do what we're doing. And be prepared for that, because I think the call will come.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rudder. Member Yee.
Just very quickly, thank you, Mr. Steen, for the update. And I think the transparency this board has provided over this project really goes a long ways towards hopefully gaining some broader public confidence about it. But there have been some benefits in addition to additional costs. So it's been a different kind of procurement, and I think maybe one that in the future could be a model. And so I like to just encourage that we continue to be transparent about the entire, all the developments relating to the project up until we award the.
Further discussion, members? Hearing none, thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Board will receive and file. Ms. Richmond.